Now with the walls all stripped of paper, let's get on and do some prep work. In the last video I removed the radiator, but I've since replaced it. The room was very damp after the steaming and some of the plaster had come away from the walls, but we've managed to plaster it back together again. But there's still some little small holes that need to be filled. Little screw holes, nail holes, etc. And we can mix up a little bit of filler and we'll fill those and then prep the walls for the next stage. Right, this is what you'll need. Some powder filler, though you can buy it in a ready mix form. We're going to use the powder, little tub, some spatulas, stroke blades, and of course some water. So first off, put the powder into the little tub. Now, it's always a good idea not to make too much, because better to run out and then make some more later than to make too much and be just left with a lump of it somewhere. So again, you can open up the little pack you have here, or you can, I have another one here that I'm going to use. So make a little hole in the middle and just pour in a little drop of water. Start mixing. And again, not to put in too much water, because you put in too much it becomes just a lot of slop, and then it's not going to set very well, or it's going to take a long time to set. Now I didn't put enough water in there, so I just put a bit more. The idea is to mix it into a kind of a paste. Again, just a little bit more. And make sure that there's no dry deposit in there, no powder, because it won't adhere very well. Mix it thoroughly. Now I'm using cold water. You can use warm water if you wish, if you're going to work fast, because the warm water will cause the chemical reaction in the powder to begin to set almost immediately. Now we're ready to stick it on the wall. You can see here there's a little bit of plaster missing, and there's a deep scrape along here. So with your little spatula, just grab the plaster. Now just press it in and drag it across. Now you may need to do it in a couple of different directions so that you'll fill that hole. Now this is an easy rubbing plaster, or filler I should say. So when make sure it's just a little bit proud, so when it dries in you can sand it back and it'll be flush with the wall. Again, work your way along. Just make sure it's a little bit proud, and it does, make sure that you do press it in to get it in there. And then just work your way around the rest of them. And keep at it until you've either filled all the holes or you've run out of fillers, the little powder filler. And I'll continue on and I'll just fill all the holes and then we'll have a look. I've been around the room, put some filler in, and you can see all the little white dots there. Now next thing we do is we wait for it to dry. Now, depending on your room temperature, it can dry in a couple of hours, or it could take maybe 24 hours. So we'll come back when it's all dry and then we'll rub it down. It's now been over 24 hours, so you'll find that the wall, it can be a little bit rough now where you've done your bit of fillers, and in other parts of the wall as well, after the wallpaper has been scraped off, it can be a bit of rough. So the option now would be to sand the whole lot down. You can either sand it with an electric sander or a hand sander, depending on which you prefer. I had started off using the electric orbital sander, but found that it's creating just too much dust. Now, be aware that if you are sanding, use a dust mask, and if you want some kind of eye protection. Well, the dust is settling now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to work with a little hand sander block, and it'll be a lot less dust. It'll be a lot slower, but there'll be very little dust raised, and we can still complete the job. For the hand sander I'm using a 40 grade. Now it can seem a little bit abrasive, but just don't dig too hard in with the hand sander and you should be fine. Now a little thing to note, that the grading, the lower the number, the rougher it is. So with the dust mask on and the sanding paper cut to size, just rub it and you're certain it happens. And then go rub your hand over it just to feel how smooth it is. If you still feel any little lumps and bumps, just give it a little going over again. Now, a good idea is not to rub it vertically or horizontally, as you can dig out into it. Now I'll just do the rest. Right, the sanding is complete. The dust is settled. And what you do then is you can just rub your hand around and make sure that there's no rough spots on the wall. And if there is, a little bit of sanding over. Now I stand corrected when I said do your sanding in a circular motion. You can do it horizontal and vertical. Sorry, the other way around, isn't it? Vertical, horizontal. But don't continue in the one direction. Go between, do both in the same position. And if you're working your way over, say, a piece of filler, you can go horizontal and then go vertical over it. Don't concentrate on it in the centre. Go right by and right back. That way then it smooths it out with the wall itself. Now, next stage would be to prep the wall, because some of the plaster or fillers, it would be called green and it may not take well, so we can use some bonding, some people call it PVA, and we can seal it better. So that's the next stage.